Ever since the release of FNaF World, fans have often ignored or dismissed the game and usually say it's not important or it's not canon to the game's story. But I'm here to tell you that FNaF World is still canon to the games, and how it tells us what really happened to the bite victim after his death. Firstly, let's talk about FNaF World's canonicity. A lot of people think that FNaF World was never a part of the game's story to begin with, and some think it was removed from the lore later on. But in Dako's interview with Scott Cawthon, the creator, he had this to say about FNaF World and its canonicity.
And at that point, I was 2 years in, just fully committed to this grisly story of murders, and I had to make something more lighthearted. And in hindsight, what I should have done is, I should have used that for a troll game, or I should have, made something like, Foxy Fighters. I should have just done something that was obviously for fun and not tried to somehow tie it in to a canon game. And that's obvious to me now. But like I'm saying, like I was saying, I wasn't thinking completely rationally at the time.
As you heard, FNaF World is still canon to the games, and is still relevant. Even though Scott regrets making it canon, it's canon nonetheless. So now let's talk about the game itself, and how it ties itself to the lore. The basic plot for the game is that something has gone wrong in the FNaF world, and it made a lot of creatures aggressive and act unnaturally. We, the player, must defeat multiple bosses to reach the final boss, Anim Dude, and there are multiple fun endings you can get along the way. But for this video, we are only focusing on 2 endings, the clock ending and the 4th glitch ending. So let's start from the beginning. Before we get to the title screen, we see 2 yellow eyes staring at us, then it starts speaking to us. Everything that happens out there has an effect here. Do you understand? This is a safe place. This is a sanctuary. But something has gone wrong, and now it can be seen here. Something went very wrong. That's why I am here. But I won't let the same happen to you. I will put you back together. So it seems that the spirit speaking to us knows who we are, and promises us that he will put us back together. Putting a spirit back together in the FNaF universe means putting the memories of a spirit back together after being scattered when they die, or having their souls split like we see in the 4th closet. So it seems the person talking to the yellow eyes don't have all of their memories, and the yellow-eyed spirit is helping us to remember. When we start the game, we speak with Adventure Fredbear for the first time. He tells us that something has gone wrong in the FNaF world, and weird creatures started appearing, and it seems something has gone wrong in the flip side. When we wait for a bit, a glitchy Fredbear with the same yellow eyes like the beginning cutscene appears and speaks to us. But you don't really believe that, do you? There's a task for you to complete. You need to leave breadcrumbs for him, to help him find his way. Then when we talk to Adventure Fredbear again in Fazbear Hills, he tells us that there is a tree that is distorted and glitched. He tells us that this place is a safe haven, a sanctuary, but something has gone wrong in the flip side, and it started to fracture this world. And we have to fix whatever has gone wrong. When we wait, Glitch Fredbear appears again and tells us, yes, the world beneath the surface world. This is a safe place, a sanctuary. The truth is that there is no safe place. You don't understand that. You were made for one thing. There's a task for you to complete. Before you take this passage, go back. Find the clock. So, Both Adventure Fredbear and Glitch Fredbear tells us that this world is beneath the surface world. Also, Glitch Fredbear tells us that we were made for one thing, and that is to find the clocks. So it tells us that our party were made by someone, and that they created us to leave breadcrumbs for him. We then collect the first clock in Fazbear Hills, and then we play a minigame where we, as an 8-bit bear, have to put a Balloon Boy figure in a box. When we speak with Adventure Fredbear for the third time in Choppy Woods, he thinks that these monsters were side effects of whatever happened on the flip side. Glitch Fredbear then talks to us. Things don't get more dangerous. You are being played. You are being led through hoops. Meanwhile, the puppet master is laughing at you. You do need to find the dusting fields, but not because there is any urgent adventures ahead. Find the clock. So Glitch Fredbear is telling us that the puppet master is playing us, and we're being tricked into continuing with the game. The puppet master must be either Anim Dude or Desk Guy. I think it's more likely Desk Guy, since in Update 2 the characters talk about Desk Guy as if he was the creator of the world. The second clock minigame we play as the 8-bit bear, and we have to press on 4 buttons. In the fourth encounter with Adventure Fredbear, he warns us that if we go more than 3 levels down the glitch, we can get stuck. More about that in a bit. Then Glitch Fredbear talks to us. Play along for now. We are being pulled on a string for his amusement. Don't enter the glitch yet. You need to go into the mine. Find the clock. In the third clock minigame, we have to put 4 cupcakes into a box. When we reach Lilygear Lake, we talk to Adventure Fredbear again, but there is really nothing important he says, so we're going to skip to when the Glitch Fredbear appears. Yes, well, everything attacks at random, doesn't it? The man who pulls the strings is watching. He allows you to progress. Follow the trail that they have created for you. Play along. There is another mine you must find before entering the glitched object. Find the clock. The fourth minigame we play, we have to select the right sequence of numbers. The right one being 395248. The next glitched Fredbear encounter, he says, "One thing is true. Nothing here is as it seems. You will need to find another clock, but the passage will not be easy. There's a secret sub-corridor that leads to Pinwheel Circus under the graveyard. Find the clock. Everything else is a deception." Then in the next encounter he says, "Another clock should be inside the funhouse. Nothing else matters. Don't be deceived by the one pulling the strings." Then the fifth and last clock minigame is putting a Bonnie figure in a box. When we are tasked to get the key from Adventure Fredbear, we then talk to Glitch Fredbear. He says, "Attacking the game's security system will not accomplish anything. Get the key, but ignore the Guardians. If you have succeeded in setting the clocks, then your true goal will be revealed once you have the key." So after we get the key and go to a secret lock, we enter a cutscene with the Glitch Fredbear again, similar to the first cutscene. We are still your friends. Do you believe that? The pieces are in place for you. All you have to do is find them. Rest. Now let's analyze what this game offers us. The dialogue from the first and last cutscene has many similarities to FNaF 4's Night 6 cutscene, where the Fredbear plush is talking to the bite victim. You're broken. We are still your friends. Do you believe that? I am still here. I will put you back together. There are too many similarities between these two to just be a coincidence, so the Fredbear plush and the glitch Fredbear are the same entities. So this game tells us what happened to the bite victim after his death. After his death, his memories were scattered and lost, possibly as a result of Fredbear biting his head. And unable to move on, the Fredbear plush puts his spirit in a sanctuary, a safe place, a place underneath the real world. Glitch Fredbear tells the bite victim that something has gone wrong in the real world. What could this be? Simple. It's the missing children's incident. Why? Let me explain. Look closely to the clock minigames we play. They are directly connected to FNaF 3's End of Night minigames that hint the player how to get the good ending. Balloon Boy and his minigame, the arcade buttons for Mangle's minigame, the 4 cupcakes for Toy Chica's minigame. 395248 is the right code to complete the minigame, and is the same code for the wall tiles to get the Fredbear minigame. And lastly, the Bonnie figure is in reference to the Shadow Bonnie figure on the desk that we click to enter the Shadow Bonnie minigame. And the Fredbear plush wants someone to leave these clues for the bite victim to find. So the Fredbear plush wants to help set the soul of the bite victim and the missing children free. So it's pretty clear who the entity talking to bite victim is. It's the puppet. She is trying to set the souls free. It's possible that Charlie appears in the FNaF 4 minigames as the Fredbear plush only on Night 6, since the text colors of the Fredbear plush on Night 6 doesn't match the text color in the previous nights. So there is still the mystery of what the real Fredbear plush really is, but I won't tackle that in this video. What's also interesting that Charlie says that she won't let the same thing happen to bite victim. That tells us bite victim never possesses an animatronic, since Charlie says herself that he won't be like the others, i.e. trapped in an animatronic, and that would make more sense that the bite victim possessing Golden Freddy, since we know how possession works in FNaF. When a child dies near an animatronic, you can possess them. Every soul that is possessing an animatronic always dies near or next to them. Like, Charlie dies next to the puppet. The missing children are inside the robots when they die. Elizabeth dies inside of Baby. The Save Them kids die near the animatronics. See? But where does bite victim die? In a hospital. Nowhere near any animatronic. Also, if Cassidy and bite victim possess Golden Freddy together, then where is he in Molten Freddy? It's confirmed that there are only 5 spirits in Molten Freddy, and that it's the 5 missing children. So if bite victim is with Cassidy, then where is he? And I know you're gonna ask me about the logbook and how can Cassidy and bite victim have a conversation without being in Golden Freddy together. Firstly, Michael is also connected to the logbook and sees what they are writing in the logbook, and he's not a part of Golden Freddy. Next, we see that Cassidy has some of bite victim's memories, because she asks questions and knows things bite victim would only know about. One of Cassidy's lines tells bite victim, "The party was for you," and the bite victim replies, "It was for me," referring to his birthday party at Fredbear's. So it seems that he doesn't even remember what happened at the party. Also, we see in the logbook that he says he can't see. And as we can see in this cutscene, bite victim is in a dark place where he could only see the eyes. So this sanctuary is in a dark place where bite victim can't see anything. But how would Cassidy know all of this? How could she have bite victim's memories? My theory is that when bite victim's memories were scattered, some of them, like the memory of his birthday party, attached itself to Fredbear. And because in the future Cassidy possesses the Fredbear suit, she can see his memories. But where is bite victim's other memories? I believe all of his memories attach themselves to a Balloon Boy figure, the Mangle's toy, a toy Chica figure, Fredbear, and either some to Shadow Bonnie or a toy Bonnie figure, corrupting it. What if, in the FNAF 3 minigames, we play as Bite Victim in these minigames, putting ourselves back together, taking the form of multiple characters we're connected with, and helping Charlie put the 5 kids to rest? Maybe, when there was only 5 games, the story was, in Happiest Day, Bite Victim, Charlie, and the 5 kids are all set free all together. But now, Scott changed it, since we know after FNAF 3, Molten Freddy is still haunted by the 5 kids, and Charlie is still inside the puppet. Scott also said in the doco interview that FNAF 3's real ending is complex and interesting. So what if Happiest Day did happen, but it only freed the Bite Victim? He put himself back together, and is finally put to rest. So now let's describe what happened to the Bite Victim after the bite of 83. After the bite, Bite Victim is sent to a hospital, but nothing works. Michael apologizes to his brother, then Charlie talks to Bite Victim inside his head, posing as the Fredbear plush, and tells Bite Victim she will help him put his memories back together. Then Bite Victim dies, and his soul becomes restless and unable to move on. So Charlie places Bite Victim in a safe place between life and death and tries to put Bite Victim back together. But when William kills the 5 kids and stuffs them into the suits, the puppet gives the animatronics life, since the children's souls are restless. She then goes back to the Bite Victim and tells him that something went wrong out in the real world. She then creates this guy, and then this guy creates FNaF World. The puppet orders the adventure characters to collect the clocks and leave breadcrumbs for the Bite Victim to find. Then during FNAF 3, while Michael is surviving against Springtrap, Bite Victim collects all of his memories, and with the help of Charlie, is put back together, and is finally at rest. But there is still one last thing I have to talk about, and that is the 4th glitch ending in FNAF World. When we enter the 4th glitch, we see a character called Old Man Consequences, and he tells us that we have gone too deep and can't get out. But when we go in the lake, we can go down one more layer and see this. We know in the game files that this screen has something to do with Happiest Day. What's also interesting is that in UCN we see Old Man Consequences again, and he tells Cassidy to move on. So it seems Old Man Consequences wasn't made by this guy, but rather a real creature that resides between the real world and the spiritual world, and when a spirit goes down the lake, they seem to move on and have their happiest day. So when we do this in FNAF World, we set the spirit of the Bite Victim free by remembering him of an old happy memory. Like how in Fazbear's Frights, Jake, the Stitch Wraith, could set a soul free by seeing their memories and looking for a good one to make the spirit remember and let them move on. Maybe those 3 figures are Michael, Bite Victim, and their mother. And when Bite Victim sees this memory, he moves on. And when Cassidy does it in UCN, the game closes, signifying that she is set free and let go of William. But we know both of these things don't happen. The adventure characters collect all the clocks, and Cassidy keeps tormenting William until both of them are scanned into the VR game. So, as you can see, FNAF World is still very much important to the game lore, and it shows us what really happened to Bite Victim after his death. A lot of FNAF theorists like to brush over this game and say this game isn't important, but as you can see from this video, FNAF World is more important than you think. So if you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, all that jazz, and yeah, see you on the flip side.